Alright, an important disclaimer before you watch this video. This video is titled about why the Indian mentality is one of the worst, or 13 reasons why Indian mentality is the worst. Now, timestamps are put down below, and as you watch the video, you'll notice that initially I said I'm going to give you 10 points, but as I was speaking, it extended to 13 points. So all the 13 points are put down below, and I'll be making short clips of this later. So feel free to watch this video in bits and pieces and put your comments and the timestamp where you agree or disagree, and keep it on open debate. I'm not going to censor any views. Okay, having said that, remember, being born and raised as an Indian, I know quite a bit about the Indian mentality, having Indian parents, Indian friends, living in Indian society. So you tell me whether you agree or disagree. Having said that, watch the video and let's see what you come up with. Alright, today this video is going to be slightly long. Alright, so there will be timestamps which will be put down below, and later on, for those of you who prefer short form videos, I'll be putting small clips here and there. Okay, now this video is going to be about the 10 reasons why Indian mentality is one of the worst. And just FYI, for those of you who are new to my channel, I am a Indian passport holder. Why do I say Indian passport holder? Because I was born and born in Mumbai or Bombay, but I was raised from a very small age. I was raised in Dubai. I hardly, visited India during, summer vacations for a month or something. And yes, 2 years or something I spent in India, 2 years or 3 years. So you can't say that I actually lived, worked and was there. But the Indian culture is very deeply embedded inside me because my parents were the typical Indian parents. And that's how the Indian mentality manifested itself. Okay. And I can assure you, most of the things that I'll be sharing in this is very common to Indian families, at least the majority. Okay. Now, there will be exceptions to the rule. Someone studying in or raised in US or abroad. But then I can challenge you on this. The 10 points that I've written here in this paper is very universal, exceptionally universal to majority of Indians. Okay, so feel free to critique and criticize what I've stated. Your comments you can put down below, and I definitely will be reading them. Okay, so let's start the 10 in no alphabetical order, in no particular order. It's not alphabetically. I've written down the 10 points why Indian mentality is the worst. Okay, worst, at least according to me. The first one, the first thing is Indians don't have a concept of time. They don't value time. Rather, they value money, which is so very stupid. And what do I mean by that? Simple. Ask any Indian in India, any Indian who's working in a company or in a corporate world, how much do you get paid per hour? I can challenge you on this. Not a single one will tell you what does he get paid per hour. Rather, he will tell you what he gets paid annually, his annual salary, or he will tell you what he gets paid per month. Okay, now this is so stupid, and I'll tell you why. Just for the sake of maths and simplification, I'll give you a very simple example. Let's say I'm an employer and I want to employ an Indian. So I'll ask the Indian, how much do you expect per month? Obviously, he'll say more. I'll zero it down to, okay, I'll pay you 1,000 per month. He'll say, fine, we agreed. And let's assume, for the sake of calculating, 1,000 per month, he has to work 1 hour. Okay? But now, after he has signed the contract, instead of making this guy work for 1 hour, I make him work for 2 hours. Okay? I make him work for 2 hours. Now, the Indian brain and the Indian mentality, one is of the employer who wishes to take undue advantage of the employee. Okay, that is one. The second thing is the employee will only calculate, oh, I'm getting 1,000 a month. How nice. He'll not factor in, I agreed to work for 1 hour, for 1 month, I'll take 1,000. Now I'm working for 2 hours and I'm getting 1,000. So actually he is getting paid 500 per month. Okay, 500 per month per hour. But now he's working 2 hours. He's getting half. You know, people don't calculate. Had he agreed per hour for 1 month, I'll get 1,000. If he made him work 2 hours, he would have got 2,000. But instead of that, he's getting 1,000. See, so the problem with our Indians is they don't value time at all. And this in turn gives another bigger problem. And that problem is, an Indian, when he's working, he'll take his own sweet time. He'll come to the office. First, he'll keep his stuff on the table. Then he might go to the pantry, prepare a coffee, come down, relax, maybe say a small prayer, open, chit-chat. They'll just waste their time being unproductive. And you can see this in many Indian organizations. However, in Western organizations, the minute you start work, your work is timed. You're paid per hour. You don't fool around. You don't check your smartphone. You don't message other people. You're just working and you have to show results. Everything is measured. Now, the benefit of that is, how many hours you work, that much you get paid. When work is over, go home. And the benefit of that is, you know how many hours you have to work to achieve your targets. You think like a businessman. In fact, you even value the fact that, oh, I have to travel so many hours. How many hours I have to commute through traffic? Okay, how much time is being wasted? People calculate this way. But for an Indian brain, if he has to commute 3 hours, 4 hours to work, he will not factor that at all. He will not factor in, oh, I wasted 4 hours of my life in traffic or 6 hours of my life in traffic doing nothing but standing, and he'll not value all that. He'll just think, I'm getting paid this salary. And guess what? That is why someone from the West, where he has enough time in his hands, he's using that to develop his skills, learn something new, try something else at the side. While our Indians, they are just, I got the job. Next job, I will ask for a little bit more salary. Yeah, the employer is exploiting you because you're selling yourself for cheap. I'll give you best example, that is me. When I used to work, okay, my salary, I never factor in the time it took me to dress, the time it took me to travel, the time it took me to reach office. Even parking, sometimes you'd roam around 15-20 minutes. Then sitting in the office. Then, when sales, you have to go meet people in the traffic. Sometimes they make you wait for almost sometimes 45 minutes. They make you wait at the lobby, and then driving back home in the traffic. So the whole day, my full day, those days it was 6 days a week, I was spending just to earn. And today, what I used to earn in 1 month is what I earn in sometimes 1 hour. Can you believe this? Man, I'm telling you this, I earn, if I factor in how many hours I work in a month versus someone who's working as a maybe big director in the bank, sometimes I earn more than them working maybe 10% of their time. I'm not saying this to brag. Why? Because now, today I charge per hour. That is why if you go to the West, why are people living a better life, yeah? For example, electrician, plumber, repairman, they'll charge you per hour. But here in India, how much? Okay, fix this. Until you fix this, you can keep working 6 hours. Stupid, yeah. And that is why an Indian doesn't value time at all. They don't care about time. They don't care about convenience. And that is one of the reasons why Indians, they will spend 1 hour bargaining for just $1. 1 hour. How much for this vegetable, that vegetable, and this? If you value your time, it would be just take this $1. Bloody hell, my time is so important. Yeah. And that is why even when they sell items and all that, they'll bargain till their face is blue. For me, when I have to sell, I just sell fast. Just take it 50% off. I don't give a damn. My time is very important. I can use the same amount of time to generate more revenue that I can buy 10 times more. That's the first one. The second problem with our Indians, the Indian mentality is the principles that they have with career and education. Indian mentality is such whereby more emphasis is given on your marks. How many marks did you get? How high did you score? And even if you get high marks, how much, what rank is he? He is 3rd rank. What are you? 4th rank. Then what shit is this? So one is they want you to get marks. The second is you have to be higher than that guy. If you're 4th, he'll say, why didn't you become 3rd? If you're 3rd, he'll say, why didn't you become 2nd? And if you're 2nd, he'll say, why didn't you become 1st? And sometimes even if you're 1st, he'll be like, why didn't you get 100 out of 100? There is no focus on, did you understand the subject? Are you able to use these concepts in your day-to-day life and make your life better and earn more money? There's absolutely no focus on that. The only focus is, did you get the 1st rank? Did you get the highest marks? And why do they have this? Because they want to brag and show off to their neighbors, to the society. And that is why you see in India and even in the Middle East, when Indian children, they get these high marks, their photograph is put in the papers as a great achievement. The achievement is memorization skills. They're only teaching them memorization skills. They'll mug up and they'll spit it out. That is why all these rank holders never end up earning big money. They end up working for a school dropout or college dropout or, the backbencher. This is how the Indian mentality is. There is absolutely no focus on, did you understand the subject? Rather, did you memorize, mug up, and get the highest marks for memorization? This is a shame. That is why so many of our Indians, very good at memorization. The amount of emphasis that Indians put on memorization is unbelievable. That is why you go to any part of India, especially the southern part in Kerala and all that, you will see children in the balconies sitting down, memorizing. They will repeat a sentence 10,000 times. You know what is a funny thing? This technique is so bloody outdated because it was effective when there was no internet, when there was information that was not easily accessible. Why do you need to memorize when the World War took place? Who fought the World War? Which guy? When you can easily access it in your fingertips, man. Why do you have to memorize any chemical function when you can get it online? Today, Open GPT is there, Open AI, Chat GPT. Why do you need to memorize all this? Rather, if you understood the subject, it would have been so much better. But there is no importance given to understanding the subject. No. What are the marks? It's more about bragging rights. The parents want to show off because they have low self-esteem and they have very bad insecurities. So they have to show off through their children. And then they'll compare to other children. Oh, see, my son is so smart. That is why I look at these children who are rank holders. See their faces, look at their eyes. Sunk inside and they look like this with big glasses. What the fuck is that, man? I'm, t- I'm challenging you. Just sit and talk to them. Minus the studies. Okay? They have absolutely zero personalities. I'm not saying this to put them down. Why? Because these poor kids are raised like they are bloody put in a prison camp that they have to mug up. Please explain to me, in a day and age where information is so easily accessible, why do you have to memorize? For what? Memorize and do what? It's a bloody outdated technique that is still followed thanks to the Indian mentality. And most of the colleges, the lecturers who are teaching you, the teachers who are, man, they wouldn't get a job even. Man, the salaries that they get is a joke, which is unfortunate. And they are the ones who are telling you what your future is going to be. When I can assure you this, a freelancer may be earning more than them. Uneducated freelancer. Those are the people who are going to shape your future. And the curriculum that Indian education has is so bloody outdated, man. I'll tell you, take the textbooks, Indian textbooks, and show it in today's international, international markets. It is a joke. And they're making them study this. They're making them dedicate. In fact, forget that. They're making them go for extra classes, tuitions, and preparing them for 10, 15 years to appear for one exam, a memorization exam. Such a big textbook they will memorize. That is why my daughter, I don't want her to memorize. You understand the subject, that's good enough. Get pass marks. Rather, I would teach her some business or some skill where she can make money. There is no emphasis on financial planning. There is no emphasis on emotional intelligence. There is no emphasis on how to manage stress, pressure. There's no emphasis on the new technologies, which matter much more. There's no teaching and training on how to run a business. These are life skills, even communication, even networking. How many boys and girls of Indian origin know how to network with the members of the opposite sex? Try that. These boys, they will be so bold and brave on Tinder or chatting sex chats or anonymous listening. Put them in front of a couple of girls. Alone, just put them. They will finish. They will just, they can't. And put a girl to talk to a boy. She wouldn't, she'll be just... And they will try to imitate some Shah Rukh Khan. They'll try to imitate some, I don't know which film actress is there. Whatever their name is. I can't get their name. I don't watch also. So they are imitating Bollywood. What is their personality? This is a sad, disappointing fact of the Indian education system. We are generating, with so much of talent, we are creating zombies. We are just creating industrial factory production line workers of engineering, of all the same bullshit, yeah. Oh, you be an engineer. Oh, you be a doctor. You be a nurse. Why? Because they're looking, you work per month, get a salary. And in Indian education, doctor is very prestigious. Engineering, very prestigious. Oh, he got a job in the Gulf. Yeah, he went to America. Oh, employee, man. What? You're creating employee mindset. And now the poor generation, now they're suddenly exposed to social media and they're totally confused. Because there's no proper upbringing. You have teachers who are dumb. You have parents who don't know what the hell they are doing. And now this dawn of this Baiju class and all this online, where they're exploiting parental weaknesses, hopes and dreams, and giving you bullshit. The second one is career and education. I'll tell you this for a fact. I know so many Indian boys and girls who are doctors, engineers, whatever career their parents put them, and they're telling me, I really didn't want to do this. I don't know, this is not my passion, this is not what I want. Who to blame, man? Then number 3, the stupid thing of Indian mentality, the curse, is Indian mentality is more focused not towards inner happiness or inner growth or inner self or self-realization or self-improvement, nothing. It's all public persona. It's all the name in society. If you have Indian parents, you would have heard this statement: what will our neighbors think? What will society say? What will people say? It can be a girl going out. It can be a boy and girl walking together. It can be a dress that you wear. Anything. What will society say? What will our elders say? What will our friends say? What will people say? They are more worried about society. But on the other hand, they don't care about what you are internally. Internally, are you happy? Do you have a sense of joy? Do you have a sense of direction? Do you have a sense of purpose? Do you feel fulfilled? No, they don't care about all that. Society. Society is very important. Okay? And the more you're prestigious as per society standards, the more better it is. So when you're well behaved, my son. When you get good marks, my son. When you get an award, my son, my son. Even your relatives, hey, that boy, he is our relative, yeah, he is part of our family, he is my uncles, aunts, brothers, sisters, grandparents, someone. Try doing something that is not acceptable in the eyes of your society. Within seconds, they will disconnect themselves from your name. It can be the simplest thing. For example, if you're rich, you can be rest assured, every single Tom, Dick and Harry would want to associate with you if you're rich. But if you lose your job, if you don't have money, those very same people will disassociate with you. And if there's a scandal, let's say, for example, you something wrong, nobody will want to associate with you. Even your own brother, mother, father, sister will not want to have you anywhere around near them, especially be seen in public. But if you have money, if you have power, they'll want to stand with you, take a photo with you, be with you, brag about it on social media. In fact, I know that female from International Monetary Fund, that Indian female who is at the top position, when she got that top job, there were so many people in my Facebook who know her, who associated themselves with her. You know, she's my relative, she's my daughter's, she's my father's brother's mother's, someone, this thing. In fact, the same mentality you can see when India wins a cricket match. How many Indians take pride in associating, Indian. When that javelin thrower guy, he achieved something great. He's Indian, I'm Indian. That is how they'll say. Let's say a woman wins weightlifting. Forget that. When Rishi Sunak, Indian name, even though he's a British citizen, he's Indian, we are Indian. Kamala Harris, Arey Baba, her great grandparents, Indian. Oh, the village, her great parents were from India, that village. They celebrated. Yeah, because this stupid, cheap mentality, take other people's glory. You want to show off in society. Indian. This is the sick mentality of our Indian culture. Okay. And that brings to number 4, which you will relate to 100%. Have you seen any Indian wedding? An Indian wedding is not a wedding. It is a circus show. It is like having a massive ceremony, like an Oscar-nominated event. It is like having a global event, like Expo 2020. During a wedding, you have an Indian family. If their earnings are 1x, the wedding will be 5x their annual salary. An Indian wedding has to be 5x or even 10x. The son will take a loan, the daughter will take a loan, the husband and wife, both families will take a loan. And why? To show off. They have to show off. They have to show the whole village. See, we are prestigious. We have made it. We have done it big time. And that is why we are holding such a big wedding. They'll not have a simple wedding. They'll not have a small wedding. They'll have like a circus show. They will call, and the best part is they will call 1,000, 2,000 people and feed all of them. And if you ask them, how many people do you recognize? I can assure you, more than 5 or 10 people they don't recognize the rest. They don't know who they have called. They don't know the fathers, mothers, brothers, sisters, uncles, aunts, whomsoever is there. They don't recognize anybody, but they'll call the entire zoo, entire village. And they will give them to show off food like crazy. They will give them alcohol like crazy. They will have the best wedding photographer. They'll have the best videographer. And nowadays they even have drone shots, and they'll have like a movie trailer. I've seen this, Indian weddings. They make it like one of the Shah Rukh Khan movies. They'll show the guy and girl on a yacht, on a beach. One couple actually flew down to Dubai. They took a bank loan and they had this. They flew down to Dubai on a yacht. They rented a Rolls Royce. They rented an expensive apartment, private jet. So many shots they clicked. Like it was a movie, like the guy walking, the girl walking, he putting a cuffling, she wearing a sari, and they both fall in love, looking up, and she's down, he's looking up like this. Oof. I was wondering whether it was a Bollywood movie. It was done so well. So why? Because they have to show off. They have to show off. We made it. We made it. They'll not focus on the character, nothing. They have to show prestigious family. Oh, he's from Dubai. Nowadays, not in Dubai. He's from New York. He's a doctor's family. She is a famous person. He's highly educated. He's from the Ambani clan. And then they'll have to call international artists performance. And then they have to show off on Facebook and Instagram. See the wedding photo. I'm holding him like this. He's holding me like that. She's posing here. I'm posing there. The greenery. All this they will show. There is more emphasis and focus on showing off a wedding than there is of investing in a career and future. Okay? Too much drama. And this is part of the Indian culture, which is so big. In fact, don't be surprised if you see the Indian female wearing, I don't know, not 1 kg, 10 kg gold, looking like one of those freak shows. Why? Because they have to show off. See how big we are. That is why Indian weddings, it's a comedy show. And one more thing about Indian weddings. These people will act, the people who come in, the guests, they will act like they never seen food in their life. They will act like they never ate food in their life. Just stand, if any of you have worked as a waiter, stand and see how Indian families eat the buffet. The way they put food on the plate, it looks like this is your plate and this is the food for 1 month. They will put until it's a mountain. They'll not take how much they can eat. They will take how much they think they can eat for the future. And they will force it down their throat. In fact, I remember my mom and dad, they used to have, my mom and dad used to have this policy where they used to tell me, take. You're getting good food, eat. And they would make sure that I ate force feed. And then you'll see men standing near the alcohol counter. Well, free booze, man. Where booze is so important. In fact, if you check in some states in India, they don't have money to take care of their lives, but they'll stand in 1 hour or 2 hour lines just to get booze. They act like they never seen food. That is why Indians, in some countries, they even have in buffet this thing. They have special notice for Indians, which is not racist. It is a fact. Indians don't know how to behave. They will take food, they'll put in their purse, they will take parcel. You know, it's called parcel. And some of them, when they go to hotels, man, you can just Google search this. They end up taking the soap, the shampoo. It's bloody small. Soap, shampoo, toiletries. They'll take ashtrays, all that. They'll take towels. And this has been caught. This has been caught on camera. You don't have to take my word on it. Just Google search. You'll see how Indians behave. This is the Indian mentality. And then they will show, hey, listen. Okay. I will pay. How much money you want? How much money? Yeah, you're a piece of shit, man. You know, put your money up your ass. You don't have any character. And they still have the ego after that. So the point number 4 is Indian weddings. Point number 5. You know, Indian families, they have children, and the reason why they have children is because children are looked upon as assets. Children are not looked upon as, I want to, I want to have a symbol of love, or this is part of us. No, children are looked upon as assets. And the best example I can give is my entire family. All the sons and daughters that they had, the parents brought them into the world because when we grow old, you should take care of us. Okay, now that doesn't make them bad, but this is the mentality, and sometimes it's sickening because my mother, I'll give you my mother and my stepfather. Why did we bring you into this world? These are the statements she used to give me as a small boy. Why did we bring you into this? Why were you born? Why we are spending so much money? Why don't you die? She used to tell me, why don't you die? Why we are taking care of you? Why we are feeding you? Why did I make you so big? They consider you investment. See, it's a part of the Indian culture that Indians take care of their parents. Okay, that is a beautiful thing. Why do you think the largest remittance? It's only Indians who send money back home because they're taking care of their parents, which is a good thing. But there are a lot of parents who use this as their trump card. And that is why there are so many parents who take not only bank loans, they sell off their assets, they sell off property, everything to invest in their child's education and force them to get a great career. Why? Because they believe I'm investing in this asset that will take care of me when I'm old. And they may not say, see, many parents will say, no, I don't expect anything. Yeah, if they are well-to-do, they can say that. But I can challenge you on this. Almost every Indian parent hopes, dreams, and wishes that their children will take care of them. Open challenge. Prove me wrong. See, if a person has millions and billions, he wouldn't care a damn. Okay, whether take care or not take care. But deep down, every Indian parent has, my child will take care of me. My child will live with me. My child will keep me with them. That's a very Indian value. But today it's been taken in a wrong way, and many people are abusing this. Why do you think if there is a girl, they prefer to abort the baby? Why? Because when you have a girl, you have to get her married. She has to change her surname, and she belongs to the boy's family where she marries. Why do you think they kill a girl? Why do you think so many Indian men kill their wives? They pour acid or they kill the wife and the daughter. This is a fact. Well, it's called infanticide or whatever. Female, if they find out it's a girl. I find that appalling. I wanted a girl. I really wanted a girl. Why? Because this is all bullshit, man. I don't prefer boys because I know how boys are. I have been a boy. I'm not saying all boys are bad, but a girl is a loving, among boy and girl is always more loving, more caring. And here in Thailand, they prefer having girls more than they prefer having boys, because if you have a girl, the dowry is given to the girl's family, not the boys. Now, that's not the reason I had a girl here. I always wanted to have a girl. But in India, if you have a boy, it's a mark of respect. I remember, I won't give you the name, very important person in my life who was rich. He used to laugh at other people when they had daughters. Guess what? He ended up having 4 daughters. He always wanted a son, always wanted a son. And that is a part he was left ashamed. And in his family, whoever had a boy, oh, see, finally got a boy. In fact, even here, I have one guy from Bangladesh who asked me harmlessly, oh, your child, it's a girl? I said, yeah, my daughter, I have a daughter. Oh, okay, when you plan to have a boy? I said, for what? No, your name, your legacy. I said, for what? I said, after I die, in a few years, nobody will talk about me. No, but that name should remain. I don't give a fuck about the name, man. I don't want the name. After I'm dead, who the hell cares? What stupid name? This mentality still exists, and predominantly in Indians. Children as assets. Number 6. This is maybe the most irritating thing about Indians. They are so petty about pennies. No matter how rich an Indian is, no matter how rich, might have the most expensive iPhone, He'll have the most expensive car, he'll have the most expensive house, but he'll bargain for 1 kg onions. He'll bargain for tomatoes. He'll bargain for fish. How much? Last price, how much? If you are selling something second hand, he'll bargain even for that. In fact, even if you give him brand new, last price, give him half price, he'll even ask for less. In fact, I know many Indians who, if you give them for free, they will ask you, can you give me 2? I'm not joking. Want proof? Check in airlines. Hello. I want complimentary whiskey. Hello. This meal. Can I have one more? One more for me. Can I have more this, more that? Why? Because I feel I paid. I am getting free. And I'll give you a simple challenge. Put a advertisement that you're giving for free some things. Okay? Put a garage sale. I can assure you this. Even if you put socks, even if you put underwear, second hand, just put underwear, whatever, clean ones, not dirty ones. Put all the stuff. The Indians will, our Indian community, they will come running. They will bring a big bag. They'll put everything inside. They'll not even check if they need it or don't need it. Free, they will take it all. And then later on, they'll try to figure out, now what can I do with this? I used to exploit this weakness when I was running trade shows and events. We used to have a majority of Indian crowd in Jitex. I used to tell them, pay, I'm not joking, huh? This I have done, people who know me from Jitex days. Floppy drive, not working. I would charge them $10. It's not working, floppy drive. I would tell them, I'm giving you this, but I'll give you free mouse pad and pen and keychain and all that. The keychain, all that hardly cost us cents. We were getting rid of the old stock, the stock which is not working. Just because I gave 5 items for free with that floppy drive, which anyway was not working. Imagine, floppy drives are outdated ages ago. This I'm talking hardly 10, 12 years ago. Floppy drive may be outdated 20 years ago. Okay. People still paid money for that floppy drive because they got this for free. We sold at a profit stuff that was supposed to be sold at scrap. Who were the customers? Indians. In fact, I'll tell you, don't go very far. Go to an Indian market, fruit and vegetable. Have a look at the people. They'll be busy bargaining till their face is blue. And most of the people who bargain are Indians who have more money. More money, more they'll bargain. That is why Russell Peters has these jokes now about Indians. The cheapness. We are very proud of our cheapness. That is why any Indian tourist who comes, even here, Samui or anywhere, the poor person who's on the road selling something, they'll still bargain. How much last? Okay. I saw one guy, Indian, hand like this, white shorts, white shirt, white shoes, white sock. How much last? How much? Okay, I buy 2. How much last? Okay, I buy 3. How much last? Okay. She finally said, I'll give 1 free. Okay, you give me free, then I will see. That's our Indian mentality. And once again, if you actually look at it, they will buy an iPhone to brag and show off. They'll buy expensive car. They'll buy all the stuff that they don't need, where they'll pay a premium. They'll pay luxury tax, all that. That is no problem. But onions, meat, fish, chicken, sometimes they'll even buy expired stuff, going to be expired. Why? Because free, man. Buy 1, get 1 free. Next one, number 7. Our Indians, they tend to spend money on things that don't make sense. I'll tell you, very simple. Check with any Indians. What are they spending on? What are they saving on? Okay. They will take a loan and buy a house. You might say house is a good investment. Fine. Wait, listen to what I have to say. They'll take a loan and buy a house. Okay, which they have to pay a loan for 30 years. Okay. So imagine I'm 30 years old. I took a loan from a bank or 2-3 banks to buy a house. Then I will go to the Gulf, Middle East, and I will work for 30 years to pay off the money for the house. Okay, Finally, I paid it off. Now I'm 60 years old. And finally, now I go back home. All the money that I saved, all the money that I bring it back. Now, in my old age, I want to enjoy. But now my health has failed me because I never took care of my health. I'm not fit. I have diabetes. I have blood pressure. I have heart issues. Nobody in my family knows me. None of my friends know me. But I have a house. Our Indians are good at, we will buy things, we will focus on things money can buy. We'll focus on things that money can buy. But we will not focus on those things money cannot buy. Time, happiness, health, living each day to the fullest. You'll see so many Indians in relationships that make them miserable, in a job that is horrible, working for a company or a management that is terrible, in a place which they are not at all happy. Why? 30 years from today, I have that money. I mean, common sense. You work for 30 years for a house. Have you ever thought that maybe you'll, as you're retiring, you might die? And this has actually happened. In many cases where the guy is planning to retire and has gone home to retire, only to get a heart attack or some failure and died. Who's going to live in that house? Your children. Why are you buying a house you cannot afford? You can take cheap rent, pay every month, save. Why you want to pay interest? And that also interest goes up and down. They will spend money on things for the future, but ignore the present. My father, mother, very infamous for that, stepfather. They would buy the cheapest shampoo, cheapest soap, cheapest everything. They would never invest in buying books that would improve my knowledge. I wanted always to read books. They would never send me for any development classes, any sports, nothing. Just go to school and come back. In fact, even the school uniform was like hand-me-downs, even though they could afford it. If I'd ask them for anything, no money. Even chocolate. That's why I take my baby every single day out. Let her buy what she wants. Because my parents were penny wise, pound foolish. That's why I don't ever see their faces, man. You spend money, you spend time, effort, energy on things that will never give you what money cannot buy. Ask any Indian parent the importance of happiness, joy, passion, drive. Nothing. Only emphasis is house, property, show off. Next one. Number 8. Making sense of nonsense. Ask how many Indians if they believe in luck, if they believe in God, if they believe in the stars, if they believe in superstition. They'll not say the gods, the stars, the hand lines, future predictions, Pandit Giri, praying to a statue, worshipping object or a snake, putting magic powder, milk, food items which a person can actually survive on, milk and food items. They'll put it on a statue. They'll give to rats. But cow urine and even cow dung, they will eat. Just Google search. Don't take my word on this. They will drink cow urine or COVID. The fecal matter. This is the Indian man. They will spend, I know so many Indians who spend so much money donating it to the gods. That is why I just Google search how much temples are valued at. How many billions of dollars, not millions of rupees, billions of dollars are put into these temples and gods. They will shower them with gold ornaments, with expensive foods, with gift items. There is more emphasis on the gods, on how to change your luck. Can you read my lines? What about the stars? Even marriage, do the stars align? Our birth charts. I get so many Indians who send me my predictions for the future. My mother itself spends so much of money going to Hindu, Muslim, Christian, so-called pundits and astrologers and all this nonsense. They believe in nonsense. There is no God, neither it has been proved. There's no afterlife, there's no bloody karma. Proof of this is simple. Tell me what were you doing before you were born? You're blank. Same thing is going to happen after you're dead, man. Where is the God, man? You may not agree with this. You'll say, Lloyd, then who made up? Stop your shit here. There is so much emphasis on God and, the clannish behavior. He's our religion, our caste. This itself comes to the next point, number 9, is the, I would say, the ego of our Indians. Okay? Our Indians, they know everything. Try talking to them. Try asking, I give a very simple example. Tea seller who's selling tea outside, ask him about the Indian economy, he will talk to you about Obama's plan, he'll give you opinions about Obama, about the future world war, Modi's government. He might give you the stock exchange, all the expertise he'll give you. But if you ask him how he can give you a better cup of tea, he will not have an answer. Go to any restaurant, go anywhere. Our Indians, no? They know everything. How many of our dumb idiots comment below YouTube videos? Well, just yesterday, I had this one guy, he commented below my videos, man, your content is so bland and boring, he commented. And your channel seems to have died out. So I checked who is this guy, because he used to comment. He has 281 subscribers on his channel. The highest number of videos he has is 60, which has been there for, I think, 8 years, 9 years or something. And he hardly has any videos. And you can clearly make out he comes from a poor family, not rich family. And he's a student. So being a student, he's lecturing me on my content. He has not earned anything, not proved himself. He's not done anything on YouTube, nothing. But he'll comment about me and my content. This is our Indian ego, our Indian mentality. Simple thing. How many Indians who occupy important positions, they will give advice to you on your life, how you should live it. And the more rich they are, the more influential they are, the more authority that they have. In fact, check Indian families. The more money a family person has, the more important his advice. He'll advise you on how to live your life, what to do, how to succeed, how to pray, how to be everything. And he's right. This ignorance and arrogance is part of our Indian society. That is why so many Indians, when they lose their jobs, high positions, and they come to me, they say, hey, Roy, I want to make my CV, man. World class, this, that. Then I see what CV they have made. Utter crap. I said, who made this shit? They don't want to tell me they did it. But their ego is so high. And then when I tell them, listen, this is crap, it'll not work. Listen. Their ego is telling, listen, don't lecture me. Huh? Imagine the guy is not able to get a job for 4-5 years. He's telling me, don't lecture me. I have achieved. I was a director of this company. I was earning this big salary. I had people like you under me. Who do you think you are? I said, okay, then take your CV, shove it up your ass. Bugger off. No, you tell me how much you charge. And then when I tell them, what nonsense this is, you're just writing a CV. Why so expensive? Go to Fiverr, no, $5. And see, their ego is such where they're not ready to relearn. They're not ready to admit they don't know. You'll never hear an Indian saying, I'm sorry, I don't know. Maybe I don't know, maybe I need to learn. And in a day and age of Google.com and Facebook and social media, they'll never tell you that they don't know. They'll just Google search to show you that they know. How many youngsters in my WhatsApp groups, they will talk about you all know our Harris, neuroscience, cognitive psychology and all that. But if you sit and talk to them, tell me about your career. What do you do? Call center. Okay. How much do you earn? But they are experts in cryptocurrency. They are experts in FTSE. They are expert in the stock market. They are experts in the elections of USA, the politics, everything they are experts, except their life, except their earning capacity, except marketing, selling themselves. They're not good at what matters. And this stems from that sensitive Indian ego that there is. They're never wrong. And they always want to show off. Number 10, last if not the least. Our Indians are incredibly famous for their double standards. And I'll give proof of this. Ask if a family has a boy and a boy has 4-5 girlfriends, it's considered cool. Boy having girls. But if a girl has more than one guy friend, not even boyfriend, it's not acceptable. That is one. Second one is, they will sit and see what you're doing. What you're doing, who you're going out with, where you are going, why you're going, what time you're coming back, why you behaving this way. They will want you to be accountable to them because they have this sense of entitlement. No, we want to know. On our report card, it's not good. And they will huddle together and gossip, which our Indians are very famous for. Okay? So they will judge you. But the minute it comes to them, no, you cannot judge them. That is wrong. The double standards that our Indians have, they will sit and comment about the West. They'll talk shit about Pakistan. If you're a Hindu, they'll talk shit about Muslims. But they will never talk about themselves, their flaws. In fact, this is the same problem with Indian politics. For example, someone supports a BJP. BJP can't do anything wrong. You can even have a minister's son run over some people. You will say, no, they were blocking the path. But the minute somebody else from another religion or someone else from any other country like Pakistan, majority of Indians hate Pakistan. The minute it happens in Pakistan, they'll call it Porkistan and talk names. But when it happens in India, hey, rape happens everywhere, man. What are you talking? They'll justify. This is the double standards of our Indians. Okay. Before I end, I'll give you 2 more points that just came to my mind. And you can tell me if I'm right or wrong. Number 11 is our Indians are good at gossiping. Oh, they love to gossip. They will gossip. Man, forget my WhatsApp groups. It's not the ladies who are gossiping. Ladies do it together. I have men gossiping. And the amount of time that they spend in these groups. Sometimes I speak to some businessmen who are part of these groups. They tell me, I don't understand how these guys have so much time, man. 6 hours, 8 hours, they are actively. And what are they talking? They will be talking about somebody else. I'll tell you a simple thing. Fucking irritating. I'm going this way, he's coming that way. See, I'll tell you a simple thing. In your locality where you stay, one day, just walk with one girl. If you're a guy, just walk with one girl. Just walk. Do not even hold her hands. Let her be hot and beautiful. Next day, see what happens. How many people will talk? Hey, you know what? I saw them. In fact, in our church, when I was young, people were more interested about after the church celebration gets over, when they can sit together, huddle together, and hey, her daughter was dressed up, her son is this. Did you hear this? It became like very important. Today, they do it on social media or group feed. They love to gossip, our Indians. And then the more juicy the gossip, better. And they know everything. Basically, they know everything because they heard it from somebody. And they are right. And the 12th point that I'll give you, last if not the least, is our Indians have a very clannish behavior. And it's clannish at different levels and different degrees. For example, if they are arguing with a Pakistani, all Indians come together, Indians versus Pakistan. But when it comes to India, it depends on which community you belong. It'll be either Hindus versus Muslims, Indians, Indian Hindus versus Indian Muslims, or Indian BJP versus Indian Congress, or India from North versus India from South, or India from Kerala, South India, versus Indian from North India. You'll have Keralites say, we are Keralites, we are not Indians. Sometimes you have Indians who speak Hindi say, Hindi should be our national language. Then you'll get people saying, you know, the division that there is. In fact, when you go to a company, corporate company, our Indians, if they are South Indians, every India, every Kerala, Malayali, they'll start. By the way, my real father, my father, Daniel Machedo, was from Kochi, Kerala. Every India, they'll go. Okay. Indians from North, Gujarati, they'll start something. Punjabis huddle together. North Indians huddle together. North Indian, South Indian, East Indian, West Indian, Tamilians. Tamilians say, hey, we're not Malbari. We're not Keralite. Keralites say, he is from Tamil Nadu, man. So, there's so much of division, clanishism, and in the clans themselves, they'll want to promote only their clans, only their religion, only their people, nobody else. So, with this mentality, how can you succeed, yeah? And I'll give one bonus point, 13. Let's make it 13 and let's end it. Last and not the least, the final one. Indians, they can never see any fault in themselves. You know, when Indians come here, they are so badly behaved, yeah, so badly behaved. When an Indian lands in a new country, "Arey, sunna, ye teri maa ki, teri behan ke, teri iski, uski," they will speak such dirty, cheap language in the typical language that they speak. They, you know, when these Indian tourists come, you can make out they are Indian. And when you look at them, you're like, but they think they are glorious. They think they are God's gift to mankind. They don't know that people are looking at you and laughing at you, man. You are laughing at what the fuck you think you are? They can never see their flaws. Like, why do you think so many restaurants and bars and pubs don't want Indian customers? They'll order one Coca-Cola soda, 6-7 straws, and they'll stand there and look at everyone. They can make out he's an Indian. You'll never see a Brit have his beer and share. No. You'll buy 2-3 drinks, sit there. They know how to behave. Our Indians don't know. Majority of them don't know. You ask, criticize anything about India, which will be a fact, rape or anything. No, they will not agree with you. And most of them, why rape happens in America also. Why don't you talk about rape? You talk about anything. Poverty. You'll say, what poverty? You know, the richest man is Ambani and all that. Then they'll simply want to associate with people they're not meant to associate. For example, they will say, do you know Satya Nadella was from India? Do you know Sundar Pichai is from India? Do you know Ajay Banga, MasterCard CEO, India? You know Indira Nui from India? Yeah, they ditched their passport and chose a new country, new nationality. They married off. So what credit are you taking for it? Just because I was born somewhere, you want to take credit for that? Then in that case, when you have a rapist, when you have a pedophile, when you have these people bringing down the name of India, misbehaving, then why don't you use the same logic and say, yeah, he's also Indian? No, you'll say, no, this is 1 Indian in 1 billion. That time your logic changes. Your conditions, your clause changes. This kind of mentality that there is the reason why Indians will never succeed. They never believe that we can win with a fair deal. They believe that if I have to win, you have to lose. All these factors form the part of the Indian mentality. So obviously you'll be like, what is the solution? That I can tell you is for another video, for another day. But as of now, I have given you 10 plus 3, 13 reasons why the Indian mentality is one of the worst in the world. Okay? I've given you my reasons. You tell me if what I'm saying is right or wrong. Okay, you tell me. I leave it openly to you. And feel free to criticize me where I'm wrong. I would love to hear what you say. And I wouldn't be surprised if someone puts teri maa ki, teri behan ke, your mother, your father, your this, your that person, which is, it'll be wrong of me to assume some of our Indians can go beyond that. That's all they can do. Anyway, so this is what I wanted to share with you. Feel free to, put your comments. One last thing, let me give one bonus round before we conclude. In double standards, I said, no? Okay. In double standards, an Indian man will look at another man's daughter, sister, and sexualize it. Nicely sexualize. And it's okay. But when it comes to his own daughter, mother, brother, sister, daughter, strict rules. Behave yourself, act this way. Girlfriend should show maximum, but his own, don't. So I give you another bonus point. Anyway, we can keep going on. But I wanted to share this with you. Feel free to put your comments. I'd love to read them. This is me signing off. You guys take care. Nearly finished 1 hour. All right? Take care, guys.